Hello everyone, I'm Rec.V5,
And I'm Sandman99.
and welcome back to The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Special Edition with Winterfrost.
Yes. And in the last episode, we caught a moth priest. And we,
Caught a moth priest by the toe?
yeah. And he wouldn't fit in a jar. Anyway, we basically turned him into a thrall and then sent him back to Castle Volkihar.
Indeed.
And so that is now where we have to go. I'm assuming that I've already picked this body over. Yeah. So what time of day is it? It is just after midnight, so I guess we're good to go outside. And continue on our way. So what do you think? Should we bat travel or should we just go?
You could bat travel if you wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, we miss out on a lot of stuff by doing that, but...
Or we could just walk there. I mean, sure. I actually like the journey thing myself. At least that's the way I play.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
I don't know.
I usually do too.
Viewers, if you'd rather see us bat travel, let us know. But I personally like the walking, and I like the random encounters, because that's also, too, how you get a lot of your loot, develop your skills, get a lot of money. And you get your flower picking thing along the way, too, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So there's a couple ways that you can look at it. Well,
you know what? Like I said, I think you miss out on some stuff. I think we actually got something out of this last time around, that encounter with that Dawn Guard.
Yeah.
And I think we found a couple of the Dawn Guard caches. There's one left that we didn't, and that was because it was back in Winterhold where we had just come from, right?
That's right, and so we'll have to remember when we go back to Winterhold to look for it.
Yeah, it's apparently under the bridge going to the college somewhere, right? At least if I read that note correctly, that's what I think it said. So anyway, on our way out to Castle Volkihar, we'll have to, I guess, go up to through Dragon Bridge. There's still a dead dragon carcass laying there.
Yep. See, how much do you think that stack of bones would actually weigh? I mean, you know, how much does a stack of T-Rex bones weigh when they're set up in a museum or something?
I don't know. I think I remember reading somewhere that a T-Rex, which would have been probably on a scale approximately the same size as this dragon, more or less.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit smaller than this dragon, weighed like 10 or 12 tons, right?
But
like
how much do the bones weigh?
The entire animal. So, I don't know. I mean, if you had to guess, the bones would be maybe half of the weight, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, because bones are one of the heavier parts of the body, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, they're dense and they're hard and, you know.
So, yeah, it might be quite the process to get rid of dragon corpses. See, all these dragon corpses are a nuisance to the environment.
Yeah. Well, anyway. But yeah, I saw like I went to the Tyrell Museum there in Drumheller when I was a kid.
Oh, lucky you.
And they had a T-Rex skeleton, like all wired together and standing up.
Yeah.
And it was pretty tall. I think it was like 16 or 18 feet tall standing on its hind legs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard Drumheller is quite the place to go if you like dinosaur stuff.
Yep.
Hopefully maybe I get to go someday. I'm not a super huge dinosaur fan, but I wouldn't mind going to Drumheller at least once in my life.
Well, it'll probably still be there for a while yet.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll just unload some of our stuff while we're here.
Yes, and for those of you who are wondering, we're referring to Drumheller, Alberta.
Yeah.
Look that one up on your favorite search engine.
In southern Alberta, it's actually an area that is quite famous for its dinosaur fossils and stuff like that, right?
Yep. And actually, I think, too, we've even got a local version, or a local species of dinosaur that was exclusive to this area called the Albertosaurus.
Yeah, it was a subspecies of T-Rex, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just another interesting fact. Yeah, we got to learn all about that sort of thing when I was a young kid going through school still and learning about dinosaurs. We were very proud of our dinosaur history. That took up a lot of the curriculum.
Did it?
It did.
Well, all I know is that I was a lot like many other small boys in my time. I really liked dinosaurs, and I read lots of kids' books on dinosaurs, like, because they had, you know, like, sort of educational books, but at a kid level.
Yeah.
For that kind of thing, like that I can remember.
Well, dinosaurs are pretty cool. Yeah, I can't remember, but I think there was a bit of a debate a while back over whether or not raptors and things had feathers on them or not now.
Yeah.
Because they seem to think that dinosaurs are a lot more bird-like than we previously thought.
Yeah, well, reptiles and birds are actually somewhat closely related too, right?
Yep, so. Very.
Yeah, in fact, the general thinking, I can remember in my lifetime, the general thinking of how they may even have remounted or reconfigured the T-Rex skeleton at the Tyrrell Museum since I was there, because in my lifetime, at one time they thought that they more or less stood upright or fairly close to upright.
Yep.
But then, came along the bird theory kind of, where, then they started thinking that that type of dinosaur, because the T-Rex and the, various other subspecies like that, and all the way down to the raptors, I think, were all a similar type of dinosaur. And they didn't walk upright, they more or less walked with their bodies kind of almost, slightly off horizontal.
Yeah. And the front legs would basically be to grab and hold on to and pin down prey.
Yeah. And the hips would actually be as high as the head kind of thing when they were like walking normally, right? Because they were more like a bird and less like an upright walking. They look less like Godzilla and more like a like large predatory bird would, I suppose.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep. Well, I don't know. I mean, I haven't read anything on dinosaurs in a few years, but maybe it'd be worth it spending the time to go back and just read up on some more of this stuff, update your knowledge base or something like that.
Well, you never know.
You never know.
There might even be a dinosaur enthusiast or two watching.
Yeah, there you go. So, dinosaur enthusiasts, post your comments below.
Yeah, and don't forget to give us a like.
And subscribe. Gotta get that shilling in while we can.
Yeah. Anyway, I have just discovered solitude for the first time. And I didn't come here to witness that, because they're just going to chop that guy's head off again.
Yeah. Oh, I miss the save Rogvir mod.
No, I don't really, because I think that that was, just not something I was really very interested in.
Yeah, I always I download that mod and then I'd save Rogvir all the time. But the worst part about this is even if you intervene in the execution here, I think Rogvir is scripted to lose his head, so it will just kind of pop off anyways.
Oh, okay. So it just comes off for no apparent reason.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Well, one thing I don't miss from my PlayStation 3 day playing of this game is that I used to experience a bug on the PlayStation 3 where I would come into Solitude during that scene, and then suddenly all the citizens in Solitude would go nuts and attack me.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, I think it was a fairly well documented bug, right?
Yeah.
And I can't remember how many times I'd have to, like reload, and I don't know if there was actually a workaround. I know that a similar thing could happen if you walked into the Jarl's Palace for the first time in Whiterun.
Yeah, I think that one was triggered if you had a bounty.
No, it wasn't triggered if you had a bounty, but the way that you could work around it was you could just walk up to a guard in the street as soon as you entered Whiterun and punch him, and then he would arrest you, and you'd pay your 40 gold assault bounty, and then after that you were okay.
Yeah, so it's like having a bounty without having a bounty.
Yeah,
Everybody attacks you because they think you have a bounty of 0 gold or something.
Yeah, it was like something like that. Really, really weird, right?
Maybe you could get around with it, because you know how there are guards that patrol outside of Solitude here?
Yeah.
Maybe you could work around that bug in Solitude by punching a guard outside of Solitude, getting arrested in the county.
I honestly don't remember, but anyway, because that was a long time ago, but I know that one used to really annoy me.
I can imagine why.
And, well, actually, I think the workaround for it was that you ran into the inn really quick. Like, as soon as you got there, you run into the inn, and even if you went in the inn and then came right back out, well, then by the time you came out, the whole thing was all over, right?
Yeah.
And everybody was going back about their business. But yeah, I mean, it seemed like there was a lot of faction-type, alignment-type bugs in this game.
Yeah.
Or in the LE version of the game on PlayStation 3 anyway.
Well, it's a Bethesda game. I mean, these bugs are always there. Even Oblivion had several bugs like that. And, I'm sure you could... If I'm not as experienced with Morrowind as I probably should be, but I'm sure a lot of bugs were in Morrowind too, and there were a lot of bugs in Daggerfall. Just in general, these games have always been horribly buggy.
So we didn't come in here specifically because we wanted to get involved in any of the Solitude quest lines or anything. I want to talk to the court mage there.
Oh, okay.
So we'll wait for this conversation to play itself out, where Varnius Junius here is reporting trouble in Wolfskull Cave. And then we'll go talk to...
In the meantime, you could jump into that metal bowl on the table there.
Yeah, I could. But why would I want to do that?
Why wouldn't you want to do that? It's not a crime. Nobody's going to arrest you or assault you for it.
Yeah, but it might hurt me. I might die.
It's not a cabbage cart.
I don't know. I'm not very trusting of some of the weird physics things that happen in this game that I'd want to risk that. Anyway, we might as well talk to this guy while he's here.
I've done my part.
Aren't you worried about Wolfskull Cave? And I could get involved in this too if I wanted to start trying to romance Jarl Elisif, but I think I've got enough things on the go right now. So we'll talk to Falk Firebeard, and if I had 25,000, I think I've got 25,000 gold. Let's see if he'll sell me the house. We'll buy the house. Sure. Now I'm probably broke.
Yeah, probably you are.
I wonder if I've got enough money to decorate this house.
You could check first.
Holy shit, it's expensive to decorate. It's almost cost us almost as much to decorate this house as it did to buy it to begin with.
I think you need to get to work, potion seller.
Let's see how much money I got first. I got 15,000 gold pieces. Okay, so we'll decorate the house. And we'll decorate the bag. Now we've got 13,000 gold pieces. And, see, so now we can do the living room, so we got 11,000. And if we do the alchemy and enchanting thing, then we'll have 6,000 left, right?
Yep.
Okay, and if we do... We got enough that we can do kitchen decorations. Then we can do patio decorations. I don't know if we got enough to do the children's bedroom. Yes, we do. Okay.
Just blow all your money on the house.
Yeah, we blew all our money on the house. Now, looking for help with Wolfskull Cave.
I bought your house for me so that you can pay me to do this bandit slaying job or whatever.
Varnius is a bit jumpy at the best of times. There have been reports of weird happenings near Wolfskull Cave. Travelers disappear.
Or this monster slaying job.
I suspect wild animals, or perhaps bandits. I don't think it's worth our time with the war going on. But if you want to clear out the cave, I'll make sure you're repaid for your work.
Okay, great. Why is it called Wolfskull Cave?
It has a bad history. Long ago.
Oh, so it's full of necromancers, of course. That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, because Potema the Wolf Queen used it for necromantic rituals, right?
Yep.
And if there's strange lights and sounds coming from there now,
It'd be necromancers.
it'll be necromancers for sure.
Convinced the cave is haunted.
Okay, I don't have any more additional decorations, and I don't want to talk about anything else with you right now.
The Blue Palace is an open forum.
So we'll go and we'll talk to... I hope I got some money left. Yeah, I do have a little bit. I got 1,800 gold pieces left. Okay. Because I wanted to come and talk to Sybil Stenter here.
I have so very many ways to deal with people.
Okay, and I could make small talk with Sybil Stenter if I wanted to. But really, what I want to do is find out what she's got for
I wish
sale.
to master the arcane arts.
And she has a Conjurable Beds Tome.
Nice.
So we're going to buy that.
What can you sell to her?
And always remember,
I don't know, actually. I don't think I have anything to sell to her right now.
What types of items can you sell to her? You might want to just take note.
You can sell, like, robes and hoods and jewelry and magical staffs and
Does she
stuff
take
like
potions?
that. No.
Ah, damn.
No potions.
No infinite money here.
No. Can't sell potions to her. I think if you get a high enough speech level and you spend the right perks, eventually any merchant will buy anything from you. But I don't have that. Anyway, getting back to this book that I just purchased. The Conjurable Bed Tome. So if I read this... Okay. Now, I have the ability to conjure a warm bed. Okay. And I can, by the looks of it, my conjuration skill, because the amount of options that you have available depends on your conjuration skill.
Yep.
So it looks as though I could
Conjure yourself a warm coffin.
Yeah, I could conjure coffins, I could just conjure beds, right? So I could conjure bedroll, common bed, Dwemer bed, high Hrothgar bed. Looks like those are my 4 choices available. Hay on snow, hay on stone. But basically, if your conjuration is down around like beginning level character,
You can only conjure a hay bed.
no, you can conjure a bedroll, right?
Oh, okay.
Like either a bedroll or a pile of hay,
Yep.
right? But the higher that your conjuration skill gets, then the more options that you have.
Nice.
And you can choose what option you want to summon from just reading the book again, because the book weighs nothing or next to nothing.
Yep.
So you don't put it away somewhere in a bookcase, you just carry it with you, and that way, as your conjuration skill improves,
You can configure and
you can
upgrade your
yeah,
bed.
exactly. You can. So
What did
anyway,
you go with here?
I went with just a common bed.
Fair enough.
So if we cast the spell, I think it's under conjuration. Yeah, summon bed, right?
you're trying.
There. See, now I've got a bed that I can sleep in.
Nice.
And this is something I wanted because I can't set the tent up in indoor areas or caves or things like that, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes you need to sleep, and you need some place to sleep when you do that.
Here if you need me, thank
And of course, if you leave this bed and don't interact with it for 30 seconds or so, then it automatically dissipates.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'd imagined.
So anyway, another thing I wanted to pay attention to here is this is a part of a really old mod that I made called the Word of Molag
Oh,
Bal.
I remember this.
And this is actually volume 5.
Wow.
So this is a little bit out of order. But what I did is I created skill books. And what I did also is I basically added on to and created new books by adding on to the some of the existing books. Like this one talks about the nature of Aedra and Daedra, right?
Yep.
And the definition between the difference between an Aedra and a Daedra, which apparently they're supposed to be, at least according to mankind, different things.
Yep.
But then I put in some wording as if Molag Bal had written some of the book.
Yep.
And it says here, the previous excerpt from the book Aedra and Daedra is an example of how mortals attempt to quantify the gods. They are, of course, fundamentally wrong in every way. Mortals have no ability to understand the nature of the gods except at the simplest level. Even so-called great minds in mortal history have no more understanding of us than a small child has of physical or magical sciences. The greatest misrepresentation of the gods in mortal religion is the concept of sorting us into two separate classifications, Aedra and Daedra. The truth shakes the very foundation of mortal religious belief, and the truth is this: the gods are all the same type of being. We all share a common origin, and our basic natures are the same. To mortal perceptions, we look and act differently from one another, and in many ways we are each unique. These differences are due to our personal identities as individual beings. The concept of the Aedra being mortal gods is ridiculous. If this were the case, we who are classified as Daedra would certainly have banded together to destroy the Aedra thousands of years ago. Even if we could not individually match the power of any specific Aedra 1-to-1, we do outnumber them considerably. That numerical superiority combined with our immortality would give us an overwhelming advantage. The fact is, all of the gods, both Aedra and Daedra, are immortal. We each represent a facet of creation. Of course Akatosh is immortal. Can time itself be slain? So long as the concepts of love and compassion exist, Mara will too. I am domination. So long as mortals try to dominate anything, not just each other, but their environment as well, I will exist. Even the fledgling god Talos represents a concept created by the mortal condition. The all-married Dominion can try to deny his existence all they want. So long as mortals form communities and strive toward a common goal, Talos will exist. We all play games using mortals as our pawns. Some of us are kind, and some of us are viewed by mortals as being cruel or evil. To mortal perceptions, it may appear that our power relative to one another waxes and wanes for reasons mortals do not understand. Over thousands of years, mortals sometimes forget our names. Even when this happens, we still exist. Mortals still recognize the powers we represent, and they simply make up new names to call out to us with. This is the final volume of my gospel. I will not simply tell all. Think and observe and draw your own conclusions. If you have not read all of my previous volumes, begin by finding volume 1 in a place holy to me below a city where a king's power is undermined by the wealthy. And of course I can't take that right now because I'd be stealing from Sybil Stentor,
yep.
And that would make her mad, right?
Yep.
But anyway, that was just sort of like one of those things where I don't know how to make quest triggers and all that kind of stuff. So what I did was I tried to write into each book a hint as to where to find one or more of the other books, right?
Well, it's kind of like an unmarked quest.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it functions.
Yeah.
Which isn't bad, to be honest, although you're going to have to shove Serana out of your way here.
Yeah.
Get out of the way, Serana.
Where's my push ability? Push.
Just imagine just, hitting the fucking, like, stone tile floor like a wet sack of shit there.
Yeah.
That would hurt. But yeah, no, it functions kind of like an unmarked quest, so, even if you knew how to make quest triggers, with this sort of thing, especially given the way it's written, you might not want to.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I don't know how to make quest triggers and that kind of thing anyways, right? So... And this was made at a very long time ago where I was just figuring out even how to write books and scrolls.
Yeah, I remember this, actually.
And put them in the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I now have the ability to conjure my own bed when I am in a place where I need rest, but I can't put up the tent. If I'm outside, I'd rather put up the tent anyway because it will shelter me from the harmful rays of the sun and that kind of thing.
And it has internal storage.
But the bed, like say if I'm stuck in a particularly lengthy dungeon or something like that and I need to rest for a little while, well, the bed is actually a pretty handy thing to have. Oh yeah, I bought the house. I should go in my house and have a look. I think this is my house. Yeah.
Holy shit, I've never been here before. I have never been able to afford this house.
Really?
I've never been able to afford this house.
It's a pretty nice house. Right?
I've put hundreds of hours into this game. I've never been able to afford this house.
It's got lots of decorations and clutter and stuff like that. Right? And bookshelf to put books in.
Very fancy.
Yeah.
Ooh, cook pot.
Yep, that has a cooking. Right? So this is the main floor. And then upstairs we have sort of an upstairs sitting or dining area or something. Yes.
Could function as a dining area, could function as an office.
And some more bookshelves. The one thing I like about this house as opposed to the house in Whiterun is that you've got more storage for books and stuff, right?
Yep.
And then you got here the kids' bedroom, right? So you can have 2 children.
Yep.
Living in this house.
And you could steal their things.
And you can steal their things. Although technically, since they aren't living here yet, these are not really their things, right? And since I sunk the better part of 50,000 gold pieces into this place,
these are my things now.
These are my things now. Yeah.
Fuck.
If you need me, Thane.
This is actually one of the most expensive houses in the game, I think, if not the most expensive house in the game. You got a safe in here with a bunch of stuff in it too. Oh, look, I just got Bone Battle Axe. And more bookshelves. A nice big bed. And this is how you get a hold of one of the stones of Baron Zaya.
Damn, you have to buy a fucking house just to get a stone of Baron Zaya.
You have to buy the house to get the stone of Baron Zaya, yep.
Fuck.
So there you go. You're going to have to get on that.
Yeah.
I can't believe that you've never bought this house.
I've never bought this house. I've never had the money, because, like, even up to, like, level 20, I'm still broke.
Wow.
And then once I get the house in Whiterun, I just don't spend money on buying houses, right? Because I just keep spending it on training anyways. And it takes me, like, until I'm, like, level 30 to get the house in Whiterun.
Sword and your shield.
See, and then if we hustle downstairs here, we have the downstairs area where there's like a whole bunch of iron ingots and a barrel. And here is our magic chest. I put the
cloud
storage chest in the basement of the house here.
Nice.
So anyway, where I have placed a cloud storage chest in proximity to Solitude is down at the sawmill down here.
Oh, okay.
Just outside of town.
Yeah.
Right? Like next to the farm here.
Yeah, if you exit town and head east.
Yeah. Well, down the hill and then to where the sawmill is at the water's edge, right?
Yep.
So it's not too far away. And that's if you don't have the money to buy the house. Well, then at least you've still got access to the safe storage chest and sleeping and crafting facilities and that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
But once you buy the house, well then
Still here.
you know, then you have access to the magic chest so that you can, you know, like access all your stuff. And this was a really good place to put it because it's really close to all of the crafting stations and all that. See, there's more bookshelves there. I really like this house quite a bit. And then, of course, here, when you eventually become a Thane of Solitude, well, then this is where your Housecarl's room is, right? You're also in the
Damn
way.
it, Lydia.
Why can't I push her?
You have the wrong thing equipped?
Oh. So, anyway, pretty nice house. Lots of good stuff in it. It's 6:30 in the morning, so that's good.
Yeah, it means you'll be able to sleep until nightfall, too.
Yeah. And the only thing this house is missing is the, like the smithing type stations.
Oh, okay.
But then again, though, Baron's place is just right outside and around the corner, too, right?
Yep.
So you know, you're not really missing too much. I suppose it's a little bit less convenient than having all of this stuff in the house, you know, directly, but...
It is what it is.
Yeah. I didn't make any other changes to the house. Everything else is totally vanilla, right?
Yep.
So anyway, we'll have a sleep here, and, maybe we'll sleep for 11 hours, and then we'll hit a shop or two and see if we can unload some of our excess junk.
The big sleep.
Yeah, and then there's Serana hanging around in here again. I don't know why they have to hang around in the doorway all the time. So that's the front door. I think this here is the door that opens out onto the patio, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe I am mistaken. Maybe it was the other door. But I have a little sitting area on a patio too, right?
Yeah.
There's the basement door.
The
Can't catch me. I'm not
Yeah, it's out of a different door up there. Anyway, that doesn't matter that much.
Let me guess. Someone stole your sweet.
What a
Hey.
resentful guard.
Yeah. Very unfriendly and rude. Actually, you know what? I'll just buy a couple of pieces of leather from Barrand here. I forgot to grab some stuff out of my work chest.
Oh, okay.
Although maybe I won't bother. Maybe I'll just go, because I'm a miser, and I'll go to the sawmill instead.
You can sell off that junk at bits and pieces.
You might want to rethink that. You're missing out.
Because I think our business here in Solitude is completed for the moment.
Yep.
There is some interesting quest lines and stuff to follow that kind of center around Solitude, though, later. So we'll probably spend some time back here at some point.
I am devoted.
Because it is definitely worth it to get the Thane and get the House Carl and all that kind of stuff. If you get tired of Lydia, well, then you can have blonde Lydia with you instead, right? Because that's basically who the House Carl, Jordis
Safe, I hope.
something or other.
Does Lydia still have her sneak skill after the unofficial patch, or did they patch that out?
I don't know. Let's have a look. Because I can actually
If you
look.
need me, Thane.
Tweak options. Information. View. Okay, so one-handed is 100. Archery, 73. Speech, alchemy, enchanting. Sneak, 15.
Damn, so she doesn't have it anymore.
Well, she's got 15.
I think everybody has 15 in a thing that they're unskilled in.
Yeah.
It's so bright out here.
She does have 100 one-handed, though. Which could explain why, you know, she is like a tank, right?
Yep.
Why she chews through enemies like nothing.
Yeah, I'm just looking up on the wiki here to see, because I'm pretty sure that she had a sneak skill, at least pre-patch.
Yeah, I seem to remember reading something about that too, but that was many years ago, so I honestly don't remember anymore. That would have been back in PlayStation 3 Old Rim days. Uh-oh. Oh, crap.
Oh, crap.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Whoa, whoa! Ow! What was that?
Something hit you for a shitload of damage.
Yeah, really.
Do you have anything you can drink to drink that potion to resist frost there, too? And then keep healing yourself.
Was that frost?
I think so. I'd just keep healing until you're full again. Whatever this is incredibly lethal.
Yeah, holy shit.
Whoa.
It's starting to peel away my health again. It's like a lingering effect. Wow. Whatever that is not a joke.
Holy shit. You need to find shelter.
Yes, I do. I need to find some place where I can get away from that.
Because aren't you also, like, ridiculously cold resistant, too?
Yes, I am. But that might be something else, too, because there are dragons out there that have all sorts of different types of breath attacks that are sort of like combination things. So that could be like a drain vitality or, you know, drain health or something too. Right?
Yeah.
Like you just don't know, right? But anyway,
well,
to start off here, we need our ward out. Okay. And I think we also need to do this in order to get ourselves to safety here.
Take shelter behind that tent, too. Or
oh, no,
there's a building up there.
Yeah, I'm going to go here and...
oh, shit. Yeah.
That's okay. I got the thing in on time, right? I think I'm actually just going to go right into this guy's house.
Yeah, I would.
Where'd you come from?
You need to heal.
Because whatever that is, that's wicked.
That's way overpowered. I don't know how you're going to deal with that.
Well, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to send my underlings out. If I can block all approaches except for in front of me, and then use the ward to protect myself.
Maybe even get the ward up before you go out the door and get it up again.
You can't because it'll knock it down as soon as you go through the door, right? But what I can do, I can have it ready.
Quick save first.
And we'll quick save. And then when we go outside, hopefully he's not waiting for me out there. Okay, everybody get out of my way. Now I'm going to stand here. And we should be able to more or less keep track of where he is.
Okay, he's on your left.
Right. So it looks like the ward blocked it.
On your right. On your left. The problem is visibility isn't very good here, but
no. But what I'm going to do is this is a tactic that I'll use quite often anyway. Is that I'll stay under a roof like this, and I'll just keep track of where the red dot is, right? See, whatever that is, that's extremely powerful, right?
yeah, it is.
And I think he caught me by surprise with it, like he hit me from ambush with it, more or less. Because there was no warning that he was coming. Oh, the door's locked now. I'd have to pick the lock if I wanted to go back in. Fuck.
Yeah, well, you know what? Dragons can't blow down your house, apparently.
Yeah, it's not cold because it's not making the frost spikes and stuff around it.
Maybe it's magic.
Yeah, it's some sort of magic attack, right? That's a nether dragon, so it's... I think it's some sort of... well, it's a special dragon, right?
Yeah.
And it's a particularly deadly one. At least it doesn't summon things, too, because the ones like this that have these kinds of abilities, and then they also have the ability to summon helpers,
Are incredibly dead.
they're the worst. And all I'm doing, too, is thanking my good luck.
Wow, that repeatedly hits, too, eh? Like,
Yeah.
that's brutal.
Yeah. I'm just thanking my good luck that...
You managed to survive it at all?
Well, also that there isn't more than one dragon. Because if there was 2 or 3 of them,
You'd be screwed.
regardless of what kind they are, it would be very bad. This would be a bad situation to be in.
This is still a bad situation to be in. It's just not as bad as it could be.
Yes, but things are going okay. Because right now he's sitting on top of the building that I'm on, right?
Yeah, if he's sitting up there, he can't shoot you, I suppose.
Well, one can always hope.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there's a mud crab.
Oh, God. On your right. On your right again. Oh, Kine is pleased that that mud crab died.
Yep. There, he's back on the roof again, right? Oh, look, Serana just made that mud crab into a zombie.
Oh, fuck.
It's a mud crab zombie.
Yeah, that'll totally slay the dragon.
Yep. See, if you fast traveled, you'd miss out on all kinds of stuff like this, right?
Yeah, like nearly getting killed by a nether dragon.
Yeah. Those are one of the worst kinds, actually. Like, they're... because even with all of the defenses that I have, like the magical defenses and that kind of thing, I mean, that's probably the only reason why I didn't get one-shotted by that thing, right?
Yeah, that guaranteed would have one-shot you. Well, you did say at the beginning of this that this was going to be a ridiculously hard playthrough.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that... What happened now? Did he leave? Where did he go?
I think I would sit put for a little while.
Yeah.
Sneak?
Let's sit back
Maybe
and
keep
watch
sneaking.
good music,
Yeah.
good drink, and good friends.
The problem is, if your followers aren't that good at sneaking and he's still around, he might detect them and shoot at them and you might get hit in the crossfire.
Occasionally this happens, though, right? Like a dragon will attack.
And then fuck off.
And if you give it a bit of a beating and it doesn't seem to have the ability to hit you back, then it'll give up, right? And fly away.
Yep.
And I suspect that that's probably what happened here. So I guess this is the first time I've been here too. Okay. So what do we want to do here? We can't do anything else. Yeah. Okay, so we'll grab... I think I need 5 pieces of leather for this, if I remember right. And I think it's done on this. See, I actually installed 2 mods. This one gives me the ability to make a bedroll. So if I didn't happen to be able to find a magical vendor selling me the spell, well, then I can do, like, I basically have this bedroll.
That you can make.
And this actually, for people who have the camping mod for Fallout 4, this actually works very similarly to that.
Oh, okay, where you throw the bedroll on the floor and then sleep?
Yeah, so you see the rustic bedroll, that's part of your component for your tent, right?
Yep, yep.
But this bedroll, you can drop anywhere, including in a dungeon or whatever.
Or the middle of the street.
And it's not level here, which is why you can't see all of it. Get out of the way, Lydia.
Gotta get your push. Whew.
Wow, you're the one sneezing
Yeah,
tonight.
I'm the one sneezing tonight. I don't know. I don't have any allergies, I'm just sneezing.
So there's the end of the bedroll, and basically what it does is it just brings up the normal sleep thing, right?
Yeah.
Or if I want to pick it up, I press and hold the X button, or, you know, like interact button.
Yep.
I just press and hold it, right? And if there was someplace a little bit flatter that I could drop it, it basically just looks just like a...
You could drop it right up on top of the thing, right by the log saw here.
What? Yeah, maybe it's flat enough up there. We can do that.
This is the best and most safest place to sleep.
Okay, right here. We'll drop it. So we'll go and we'll look for our bedroll, and we'll drop it, and there it is. Okay? And then if I want to pick it up again, I just press and hold the interact button.
Nice.
And it picks it up.
Do let me know
So,
if I can
you
be
know,
of service.
that was actually what I was looking for when I found the Conjure Me My Bed mod as well.
Yeah.
And when I saw the Conjure My Bed mod, I thought, you know what, that's so cool, I have to have that too. So... I could have sworn I had a couple of silver ingots on me. Going on here. I do. Why can't I make anything with those? Oh yeah, in the wrong thing, that's why. Okay. Let's see if I've got any more stuff that I can make jewelry out of here. Not really, no. Okay. We're getting close to that magical 40 for smithing, though. And that's when I'd be able to work on magical weapons and armor, right?
Yep.
But we're not there yet. So I guess it's going to take a bit to get there yet. But I guess we can for now drop off a bunch more stuff. And I guess I don't really need to carry the bedroll with me because I can always just summon the bed magically. But just the same, that was kind of what I wanted to show off here. That's why I came over here. And it looks like that dragon's not coming back, so I guess we'll just go on about our business here. So over here, I, as part of the Skyrim as my player home mod, I put in a cooking station over top of this campfire that was already here. As well as I stuck in a tent and a bedroll on the ground. Like just a little pup tent style tent.
Yep.
And we got some iron ore that we can mine.
Oh, the good old mining animation.
Well, mostly I don't mine any ore now because I need the ore. I mine it because of the gemstones that you can get quite often from mining, right?
Yeah, you can get a random number of gemstones every now and then.
And it's really the the gemstones that you can make jewelry with, and that's what I found is the best way to advance your smithing skill without doing anything really extremely cheaty.
Like the iron dagger thing over.
Well, even that's not really extremely cheaty. You have to collect stuff, but there are a number of other fairly cheaty ways that you can do, like smithing, right?
Oh, okay.
And, I want to be able to improve my smithing, but I don't...
Without cheating.
Yeah, without doing the cheaty things. So I'll collect silver ingots and gold ingots and
actually
gemstones.
Make things and sell them.
And actually make things and then sell them, right? Which is another way that you can make money so that you can afford to buy the house in Solitude, Recvi5X.
Hey, I actually do smithing, and I still can't afford it.
And it actually does enhance the value of the jewelry, too, in addition to practicing your enchanting skill. If you use all of your miscellaneous lower quality gemstones, or soul gems, I mean, to put enchantments on these pieces of jewelry before you sell them.
Yeah.
Which then will help you raise money to, like do other things like improve your equipment or pay for training or whatever.
Heavy armor training. The heavy armor training.
Yeah. Because doing all that training is actually pretty expensive.
Yeah, it is. It gets extremely expensive after you get past journeyman level.
So alchemy and smithing are two skills that you can use to help finance that.
Yeah.
In addition to being able to buy the house in Solitude.
I don't think I'm ever going to be able to afford that.
Well, the house in Solitude is awesome. You should buy the house in Solitude, really.
I think what it is when you, because of the extremely high dedicated skill requirements required to survive in melee combat on these difficulties, like these higher difficulties, you need to spend so much money in terms of training to accelerate the direction of which you level up that you just can't afford other things, right?
Uh-oh. I think I just went... I was taking a shortcut to the top of the hill. And it looks like I've just triggered the Meridia temple thing.
How can my love reach them?
That's okay. The Meridia Temple thing is actually pretty good. You want to do the Meridia Temple thing?
Sure.
All right.
I think I've done this before, too. Once a long, long time ago.
Yeah, it's actually pretty deadly dangerous, too, but we'll go a little bit further up here because they very conveniently placed a word wall right here. Somewhere. Around here somewhere. Yeah, right here. Elemental Fury.
Nice.
And it just so happens that I've got enough dragon souls that I can learn that. So what Elemental Fury does is it allows you to attack at high speeds for a few seconds, right?
Yep.
However, it only works, I think, if you're not using magically enchanted weapons. So you'd have to have like a plain unenchanted weapon in order for that particular shout to be effective, right? That being said, the speed at which you can attack, I'm just going to try an experiment here and see if this works. Because I grabbed a hold of Baldur's Lucky Dagger some time ago, right?
Yep.
And Baldur's Lucky Dagger does have a chance for
Extra critical hit
critical
damage.
hit, but I don't think it's a magical dagger per se.
Restore to me my beacon, that I might guide you toward your destiny.
Yeah, okay. Just give me a minute. Elemental Fury, okay. Yeah, it looks to me like this one will work, right?
Yep. But a magic item wouldn't work.
Well, see, if I switch to another dagger, like this glass dagger of lightning, right? And I think I can... Yeah, see, it says your current weapon is already enchanted.
Okay.
So, basically that shout will work with an unenchanted weapon, and this buff that Valdur's Lucky Dagger gets...
Doesn't count as an enchantment.
It doesn't count as an enchantment.
Well, that's pretty good then, because you're going to get that 25% chance critical hit over and over again very rapidly.
Yep. So Meridia likes grand gestures, so it wasn't good enough for her to just appear to us on the ground. She had to put us like a mile up in the air first, right?
Just so that she can make sure you say yes.
Yeah. What do you mean, no? Okay, see ya!
The necromancer Malkaran defiles my shrine with vile corruptions, trapping lost
By the way,
souls left in the wake of this war to do his bidding.
Immersive creatures and Revenge of the Enemies add some interesting opponents inside this temple.
Okay.
Fuel his foul deeds. I have brought you here, mortal, to be my champion. You will enter my temple, retrieve my artifact, and destroy the...
See, imagine what her reaction must be when the mortal enters the temple, takes like 5 steps and gets killed. Does she just go fuck?
Yep. I guess I'll just put the beacon somewhere else now.
Yep.
Somebody will find it.
The artifact must be reclaimed and Malkaran destroyed.
I don't know, I think at the level I'm at now with the magical protections I have, I think I can do it without being killed. But if you don't have resistance to fire and shock and cold,
Yep.
then this is a very difficult area to get through. And especially Malkaran, I think his name is. He is a very dangerous opponent, right? Like, very deadly. So we got a little bit sidetracked on the way back to Volkahar Castle here, but that's okay.
It gives us something else interesting to do.
It does. Okay,
One of your plants is ripe.
I know, this has been going on for a while now, actually.
Yeah, because you do a little bit of work off camera here too, don't you?
No, I didn't do anything since the last episode, but I've got so many plants that were all planted around the same time This is a good place to go to collect gold, too, because all of these desecrated corpses have a nice amount of gold on them, too, right? Some of them have a pretty good amount.
Well, we should take a quick pause here so that I can get myself another refreshing drink.
Oh, okay.
And we're back.
Yes.
And you have yourself a fancy, fancy raspberry lemonade ginger ale there, huh?
My wife is always trying to foist these new things off on me.
Yeah, these newfangled fancy drinks.
I tell her I'm perfectly happy with just plain old regular ginger ale for the rare occasions when I do actually drink pop. But she keeps thinking that I want to try these new and different things. And you know what? This is like raspberry something or other.
Raspberry lemonade ginger ale?
Yeah, raspberry lemonade ginger ale. And I have to say that the combination of raspberry and lemonade is rather interesting blend, but not something that I would voluntarily do on purpose.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, I just thought that was interesting because I started this episode by drinking one of those fancy Japanese sodas again too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now I'm back up to like a Diet Pepsi here.
Well, see, I don't really like sweet all that much, you know? Like,
yeah.
So for me, if I do drink a pop, I'd rather drink a ginger ale because it has a bit of that carbonated bite to it, but it's not extremely sweet, right?
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, I don't know, maybe it's my taste buds being screwed up from like years and years and decades of drinking pop, but pop doesn't even taste sweet to me anymore. It tastes sour.
Your taste buds have been utterly ruined.
Yeah, my taste buds have been utterly ruined by excessive soft drink consumption.
Yeah.
Thankfully, though, I don't consume them as much as I used to.
Yeah, well, you can do that to excess. Like, I know my sister at one time had trouble with that kind of thing, and I can remember sitting at the island in her house when I was visiting her one weekend, and it was about 7:30 in the morning, and I was sitting there with my cup of coffee, and she comes in, she goes in the fridge, and she pulls out the 2-liter bottle of Diet Coke and throws some ice in a glass and then fills that glass with Diet Coke at 7:30 in the morning. It's like, you're kidding, right?
Hey, that's what I do. Or did. No, now I've got something. To be fair, though, I found something that I like a little better. So there's like these things that are called Mio, and they're like this thing that you add to water. But I found that there's one that's like a caffeinated powder thing. So you like shake it up, and then you like throw it in the water, and then you shake the water around, right?
Uh-huh.
So it's not technically a pop, because it's not carbonated. But it's still caffeinated. So, I don't know if that's better or worse, but I started drinking that instead of pop, because it was a different flavor. I got sick of the taste of pop.
Yeah, coffee, there is no substitute.
Well, see, I stopped drinking coffee, because I can't drink coffee unless I have, like, a cup of,
I think we may be in for some
sweetener poured into the damn thing. It's just too bitter for me. And to be fair, too, I tended to favor not just regular sweetener, but like the super chocolate-flavored sweetener.
Okay, you see that guy?
Yep.
Yeah.
You need to get your ward out.
He's a skeleton high priest. And by the looks of it, they have...
Nasty shouts and
shouts
spells.
and spells, yeah. As well as a bow and arrows.
But yes, so I don't know. But then the rest of the time, because I've tried to cut back on my caffeine consumption, I've usually just been drinking like the regular Mio flavored shit, and you just like throw that in like a bottle of water and then shake it around. So I've cut back quite a bit. But yeah, I just can't drink coffee without sweetener in it.
So anyway, I guess for anybody that didn't know, and I don't know who that might be, you have to go through and activate the various pedestals to guide Meridia's bright light through the temple and open the doors, right? Mm-hmm. So it's sort of like a movement puzzle a little bit, I suppose. where you're trying to open the various doors so that you can advance through the temple, right?
Yep.
Which is not really too difficult to do in itself, but, you know...
Nice. I wasn't sure if you were going to hit with that, but you did. Here's another one of those skeleton high priests.
Yeah.
Thankfully, you were able to kill him before he even managed to realize where you were.
Yep. Yep, that's why I sneak, and that's why I use my bow.
I have to be honest, that's why I use a bow and sneak too, even though I prefer the two-handed weapon thing. The only bad thing about it is you end up leveling up your archery, and then you're worse at killing things with your two-handed weapon when you really need it.
Well, the thing is, though, it depends on how much effort you put into the archery thing, too, because for you, basically, you use it either as a distraction tool or as a way to get the first hit in.
That's right.
But you're not actually trying to kill your enemy with the bow. You're just using it for one of those two things.
Yeah, to either lure an enemy one-on-one so that I can kill them without alerting everyone else,
yeah.
or to...
or weaken them a little bit
so that I can one-shot with them with my hammer. Yeah.
Whereas I'm actually trying to kill my enemies with the bow. And I spend a lot of perks on archery.
Yeah.
Right? Because I want to make my archery attacks more and more powerful. And I also spend quite a few perks on sneak as well to try and make my sneak attack with archery more powerful.
Yep.
Because I would rather kill my enemies before they know I'm there. I don't even want to give them a chance to attack me, you know, up close.
Hey, if they allowed me to get sneak damage with a two-hand, I totally would.
Well, you can. Isn't it just like ×2 or...
I thought it was times 1.
Times 1 point... Well, I don't know.
Maybe it is ×2. I don't remember.
Of course, I'm using a modified...
sneak tree.
Yeah, a modified perk tree here. But...
maybe it is ×2. I can't remember.
See, I
thought
think
it was...
sneak attack with one-handed weapons does double damage here, and with any other weapon or fist does 25% more damage, right? So it'd be like, if you know, 1.25 times, I guess.
Yep.
And I'm not sure if there's an equivalent for vanilla or not for that.
Well, we have the UESP wiki.
Oh yes, on your rather large tablet-like phone. Yeah.
Phablet?
Your phablet, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Well, there's sneak attack buff with one-handed weapons.
Yeah. Damn, I didn't get any surprise on that one. Oh. Okay, fine.
Thanks, Serana.
See that? She just ice spiked me in the ass.
Yep. Looks like she might have got Lydia there, too.
Probably. Okay, well.
Yeah, okay, so two-handed weapons do 2 times, and there's no applicable perk, so they always do 2 times and only 2 times.
Yeah. Okay. I thought that you got some sort of a buff from doing sneak attacks with two-handed weapons. It's just not as effective as one-handed weapons are, right?
That's right, because with one-handed weapons you can get the backstab perk, which makes you do 6 times. And boy oh boy, do I gotta say, I wish you could get the backstab perk with two-handed weapons. Especially because you can get 15 times damage with a dagger.
Well, actually, yeah, on the surface... You alright? On the surface, it looks like you don't get that much with this perk tree, right? Like here, I get double damage for any one-handed weapon, including daggers. And then here, I get 1% more damage per level of sneak.
Yep.
So I guess I would get double damage plus another 60%.
Yep.
Right?
Well, the base is already double damage, so you'd actually get triple damage plus another 60%. Overall.
Okay.
Because the base sneak damage is double damage. Default sneak damage, if you have no skill, is double damage.
Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, and then, but I think this also stacks with that.
Yeah.
Right? And then you get this with 25% more damage and more critical damage with daggers.
Yep.
And there's 2 steps to it. So eventually, although it takes me longer, I can't just spend, like, I think in the vanilla perk tree, you only have to spend, like, 3 perks or something in order to get to 15 times damage. Whereas here, you got to spend more perks, but eventually, I think I can get up to the point where I'm dealing like 20 times or something if I strike from behind with a dagger, right?
Yep.
So it takes longer to get there, but once you do, it's actually slightly more powerful, right? But you have to, like, that's the thing with this Ordinator perk tree overhaul, is you have to understand how
it's built in order to understand
how various perks work together.
Yep.
Because you're not going to get that one perk that gives you a big boost to damage. You know, like, it's not simple like the vanilla perk tree.
Yeah, where you just invest in your damage boosts.
Yeah, because you only get 2 damage boost perks as well in the weapon trees, right? And instead of potentially being able to do plus 100% base damage, well, the best you're going to get is plus 50, right? And of course, the guy who made the Ordinator perk, I believe his name is Enai Scion. And he is actually a pretty well-known modder as well, right? That's made a lot of pretty ambitious and complex mods.
Yep.
Like, he's one of those guys. There are a few of them out there that are just you know, like a little bit of a step ahead of everybody else, you know? You know, they just seem to have a little bit more knowledge and a little bit more skill than most everybody else does, right?
Yep.
And he's one of them. He also did the Blood Moon Rising, which is the werewolf perk overhaul that I'm using too. Okay, well, we're going outside briefly now, out onto the Kilcreath balcony. And there is a chest sitting out here. And then I guess we'll go back in. I have some more of my raspberry, whatever the fuck it is, ginger ale.
Yeah, that's what it says in the can, right? It says raspberry whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Technical term. There you go. If we ever get big enough on this YouTube channel to start our own soft drink brand, it's going to be raspberry whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
We're going to remember this.
Uh-huh. See, I'm doing 5 times damage with this bow.
Yeah. You're actually doing a bit more than what you can get in vanilla with that bow. I think in vanilla it's 3 times, which is the max.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, you also get higher base damage with bows because you get that perk at the bottom.
Yeah.
Where you can just go 20, 40, 60, 80, 100% more damage with bows.
Yeah. Like I said, I had to spend more in perks in order to get to this point than I would have in vanilla, right?
Yeah.
Because obviously in vanilla, the first thing you do is you spend all of the base perks at the bottom of the tree first as quickly as you can.
That's a pretty tough shot you're trying to make there.
Well, I can't even see him right now. I'm waiting for him to step out from behind that cage.
You know that cage will block that arrow.
Because that cage will block that arrow, right?
Yeah, and then he'll just turn and stare blankly at the cage.
Yeah.
Because there's nowhere actually to go there.
But it looks like he's not going to walk out clear of the cage.
Maybe you head to the far left side of the room, you can shoot him from there. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. Let's see here.
The thing you got to worry about, though, is he's a high priest type.
Yeah, and he's also going to detect me when I get a little closer.
Yeah, get under the bridge
because
so he can't see you.
Sneak isn't quite as high powered with this. Oh, look, there's another one of those guys, too. Sneak isn't quite as high powered with this perk tree either, right?
Well, to be fair, Sneak was pretty broken in Get It Back Under the Bridge, yeah.
You know, like it's a little bit harder to sneak up on things because the Sneak perk tree in vanilla, if I remember right, had 5 steps to it
20,
too,
40,
right?
60, 80, 100.
And by the time you got to like I'm I believe at about 60 Sneak right now.
You'd be 60% harder to detect if you took the perk.
And by the time I got to 60 Sneak with the vanilla perk tree, I could pretty much almost walk right up to sneak right up to something in front of them.
Yeah, you walk up to a table of bandits and you slit their throats one by one, and each one of them goes, I must be hearing something.
Yeah.
Right, must have been the wind.
Yeah, exactly. Like vanilla Sneak was actually quite broken.
Yeah, you sneak up to the dragon sitting on the perch and you double two-handed attack him with daggers and he dies. Right? You just use the dual-wield power attack on him and he dies.
But the thing is that the Sneak in this particular one doesn't just focus on stealth, right? It also gives you the ability to set snares and that kind of thing too, right?
Yep.
And of course, it gives you some buffs to sneak if you're really close behind an opponent and that kind of thing. So again, I think if you fit together enough of these perks all together, you could still get that similar effect where you could actually sneak right up to things in any kind of lighting, you know, without them seeing you. But you would have to, you know, completely and totally understand how the perk tree works and know which perks to go after, right?
Yep.
Nothing hiding under the plate. Nope.
Yeah, that can happen sometimes with the way things tend to spawn on tables and things.
Yeah.
A lot of times, too, you find things under tables that are supposed to be on top of tables.
Yep. Well, maybe it's time to remove projectiles. Although that ice spike that Serana hit me with appears to have melted now.
I guess those go away after a while, unlike arrows.
I guess so, yeah. One of my arrows back here. So anyway, it is a more complex perk tree system.
Yep.
And it's harder to get the
same amount of benefit.
Maximum results, right?
Yep.
Like you can still get those maximized results, but
eventually.
But it's a little bit harder and you have to kind of understand how all the perks work together.
Yep.
And also to a certain extent sometimes you have to just sometimes you just have to end up taking a perk that looks like you go, wow, that perk looks totally useless. But you have to take it in order to be able to open up access to the one that you really want.
Yep.
And there's quite a bit of that in this particular perk overhaul. And then later you can actually sometimes learn, well, maybe that perk isn't so useless after all, you know, once you figure out what it's really for, right?
Yeah. It usually has like a niche use or something like that.
Yeah.
And you find out, oh, hey, I'm actually in that situation a lot more than I think.
Hey, look at that. Somebody actually opened this door and tripped this trap for us already.
And then got killed.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to grab that candlestick. And the reason that you grab the candlestick is because it's made out of silver, and you can get a silver ingot out of it if you melt it down.
Nice.
Which then allows you to combine it with that flawless amethyst that I just found to make a piece of jewelry. Which you can then enchant and sell for a decent amount of money so that you can afford to buy the house in Solitude.
I'm never going to afford to buy the house in Solitude. It's just never going to happen.
Yeah.
Literally, I have difficulty justifying buying the house in Whiterun because it does. Whoa!
Jeez.
Because the house in Whiterun doesn't make me more difficult to kill. It's probably only your armor class that allowed you to survive that.
Yeah.
Because you have the deadlier traps.
Yeah, I am running lethal traps, folks, so traps are actually quite lethal. And I'm surprised that I didn't get killed by that, actually.
Yeah, because you're at the armor cap.
Yeah, I am at the armor cap, so that probably helped me to avoid being killed by that.
So being at the armor cap, you can get hit by that trap maybe 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. Is that a proximity thing?
I
think it's a proximity. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, there is a. See, there's a tripwire that I broke. I just didn't see it. Probably because I had Lydia on my ass. Right?
And now she's in the way.
Oh, well, I just did something good there.
Where the fuck did the dragon soul come from?
I don't know.
I wonder. Oh, you know what that is? That's probably a script lag thing from that mud crab.
Maybe.
It's because your plants are all coming ripe, right?
Yeah. Oh,
there you go.
Yeah, maybe that dragon actually flew off somewhere and died, right?
Oh, or the kind is pleased message from the mud crab gave you a dragon soul.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. I bet you that was it, and it was so fucking script lagged from all of your pot plants.
Yeah, probably that's what it is.
Didn't happen.
I think you're probably right.
Yep. So that only took about, 30 or more minutes for you to get that dragon soul absorbed.
Yeah, I'd completely forgotten about that by then. Okay, so now we have to go across to there. And this is where a vampire's enhanced jumping ability can come in handy. Right?
Makes the platforming section a little easier.
It makes the platforming section of this a little easier. Okay, so what did we do now? Now we need to go that way. Let's see what we got here. See, these desecrated corpses have anywhere between, like, maybe 20 and 200 pieces of gold. It seems to be a random thing. Right?
So if you can survive this place, this is where you want to come to make money.
Yeah, especially after you've just finished spending 50 G's on the house in Solitude.
I'm never going to do that. I spend more than that on training.
What happens when you eventually hit 100, though?
Well, then you still need to make sure you get all the relevant perks to boost your defense rating up as high as you can. And then you want to start working on your smithing and your enchanting, like, super hardcore. Like, nothing but smithing and enchanting. Because you need to get those up so that you can get as much defense as you can there, too. And as many magic resistances as you can there, too. You just generally want to be as difficult to kill as possible, because the thing is, when you're fighting as a nearly pure melee combat character, you are going to get hit. And on legendary difficulty, things are going to hit you really hard. And it's just going to be a thing. There's nothing you can do about it. You're not going to avoid every hit. Know what I mean?
Yep. Oh. Okay, there's a... Yeah, whereas, uh-oh. Oh, shit.
Oh, he was summoning something instead, by the looks of it. That could have been bad, though. That could have been, like, one of those stupid death shouts.
Yeah. Oh, you got him? Okay.
Yeah, sure glad he decided to use that one instead of the other one.
Yeah, really. I hate that.
Oh, careful, that pile of bones that you just kicked across the room could kill you.
But then again, though, that's why I got the ability to do this, right?
Yeah.
Because, believe it or not, I can actually dodge some of those things sometimes if I time it right. Sorry, buddy.
Well, he's already desecrated anyways. I'm sure you're not going to piss him off anymore.
Okay, that's a trap. I'm not gonna grab that, and I don't really need an elixir of water breathing anyway. Because I can already, you know, I already don't need to breathe anyhow, so...
Yeah. See, the way you know what these potions do is because back in the old, like 2,000 years ago, a standard was established. And that standard was the standard of potion labeling, which dictated that Cyrodiilic would be the standard language of potion labeling from now until the end of time.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Again, though, that's another one of those little plot hole type things, right?
Yeah, the
I can remember the old hardcore Gary Gygax style D&D where you would find a potion in a treasure trove, and the only way, unless you had magical spells of some sort that would allow you to identify said potion, the only way you could figure out what it was by tasting it.
Yep.
And if it was poison, well then chances are, if you tasted it, you would probably also die.
Yep.
That was, you know, kind of the hardcore way of playing, though, right?
Yep. Well, see, but since then, we've evolved to have the IEEE standard of potion labeling, right?
Yeah.
Ruins. I think I see why now.
The Potion Labeling Standards Committee meets in the Imperial City every year.
Oh, couldn't get 2 blood potions out of them, though.
How many pages do you think are in the Imperial Potion Labeling Standard? Do you think it's like a big 400-page thick document?
I have no idea, but I'll tell you that I used to have the mod Immersive Jewelry.
Yep.
And the mod Immersive Jewelry actually came with a book that was supposedly written by people who set the standards for value of jewelry and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And even that was a pretty thick and lengthy document, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, okay, the door's open there, so I can go down there now. Yeah, you don't want to touch those light beams, by the way. They really hurt.
Oh, I didn't know that. I've never touched one before.
Well, maybe it won't hurt you if you're not a vampire, but if you're a vampire, it hurts.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I've just never touched one before.
Well, you'll have to do like that guy in The Sims now, with the bug zapper, right? I'm not sure what this does. Let's go stick our finger in it.
Yep. Oh, that was good. I got many.
And then you make him do it again, right?
That's right. Yep. They got many hours of entertainment out of that. I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, maybe we'll have to do The Sims for the channel one day. Oh
God, no.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You've picked the most recent 3 features. I think it's just about my turn again.
All right. Yeah, well, to be fair though, one of the features I picked was deliberately terrible.
Yeah, well, we're just beginning that one too.
Yeah, we're gonna be stuck on that one for like 20 more episodes.
Yeah, that's okay. I won't be too hard on you when I make my pick. Maybe we'll do, like I said before, maybe we'll do Champions of Norath or something, right?
Okay.
That's a good retro game for the retro part of the retro gaming channel.
I can't believe we're calling a 3D game retro. That's how old I am.
Well, that is how old that game is now, right? You know, like it's been... How long has it been since that game came out now? 20, 25 years?
Oh, I don't know. We actually have the case right here.
Yeah.
It was released in 2005. To buy some.
So yeah, 19 years ago, right? Yeah. Okay, I think we're coming up on the big finish here. And I'm going to switch to my strongest arrows.
Apparently it had 4-player online co-op, too.
Really?
Apparently.
I'm going to use exotic arrows. Because I can. And let's see here. I'm going to recharge my bow. To do the most damage that I possibly can. Because I think, if I'm lucky here, I might be able to kill this guy with a couple of shots before he has a chance to do anything bad to me. And then all I have to do is fight his minions, right? You see, there he is. So I'm going to shoot him right now. And then I'm going to shoot him again.
And again.
Where'd you come from?
The Defiler is
Yep, I got him.
You actually managed to kill him.
Yep, I managed to kill him before he was able to do any bad magic things.
Yeah, now you just gotta deal with his friends. Look at Lydia hold that doorway, man.
Yeah.
And somehow Serana has actually managed not to shoot Lydia. Serana, I think that lightning bolt hit the roof. Hey Lydia, there's a guy behind you.
Where'd you come from?
Yeah, look at that. She didn't even get a scratch. I caught a ice spike in the ass again. Jeez.
Yeah, you took it in the handle of your axe.
I'm the only one in this whole battle that actually took any hits, and that was friendly fire. See, this is something that's kind of neat from one of the weapon mods that I have too.
Isn't that also immersive weapons?
I think it might be immersive weapons. It's a combination weapon, right? Like between a steel sword and a steel battle axe.
Yep.
Yeah. And of course, it's a battle axe class weapon. So yeah, those are kind of cool. So there you go, folks. If you're good enough at missile attacks,
you can kill big, mean, bad, nasty things.
Yeah, I basically killed the boss of this area with 3 bow shots.
Before he noticed you.
Well, I think he probably noticed me after the first or second shot, but by then it was too late for him to do anything, right?
Yep, and also too, his buddies all barricaded the door.
Yeah. Well, actually, I had that last shot. I had to kind of arch it over them, right?
Yep.
But yeah, I've done that before because I remember the first few times that I came in here, it was a hell of a battle. Like, it was really, really tough.
Mm-hmm.
Because the magical attacks that guy can do are so damaging, even with resistance amulet's and rings and all that kind of stuff. That and then of course you've got to deal with all of his underlings too, right?
Yeah.
So it was pretty tough, mad scramble. But I, you know, since I decided to perfect the stealth archer method of playing Skyrim, because I paid very close attention to that video about how they were assessing the various races as to how good a choice they would be, right? For stealth archer.
For stealth archer, yeah.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. And there was one, though, that they said made crap stealth archers, and I can't remember which one that was now, High Elves or something, that made lousy stealth archers.
Well, I just like to two-handed it up. That's how I've always played.
Yeah. Yeah, and I noticed also you like to play the Breton character for the magic resistance, too.
Well, I used to, but if you want to play on Legendary, so if you play on Master, you can get away with playing a Breton. Although low-level stuff is tough, especially because your skills aren't exclusively specialized in it. But if you actually want to survive on like legendary difficulty with how much damage some of the early melee encounters that you're going to run into do, you really need to be an orc with the racial ability to have the amount of damage you take and double the amount of damage you do. Otherwise, the first bandit chief you encounter is going to one-shot you. Right? Because you go to do your toe-to-toe hacking thing with him, and you get in there, and you're ready, and you're going to bash him, and it doesn't matter. Because he just does so much damage, he kills you.
Here we go. We're going to activate the pedestal. Retrieved Dawnbreaker. And Dawnbreaker is actually a pretty decent weapon as well. It's not as powerful as some that you can make yourself. Eventually, when you get your enchanting and your smithing up high enough.
Vanquished.
Yep.
Skyrim's dead shall remain at rest. This is as it should
You'd think that she would know. She just contracted a vampire to do this.
You.
Yeah.
A new day is dawning, and you shall be its herald.
Yeah, so she's going to give Dawnbreaker to the vampire.
Yep.
Purge corruption from the dark corners of the world. Wield it in my name, that my influence may grow.
Okay, I'll wield this mighty blade in your name. You don't diss somebody when they're holding you a mile off the ground, right?
Yep.
I never tried it, but I seem to remember you telling me something about that if you offended Sheogorath in the Shivering Isles, that he'd just teleport you like 5 miles in the air.
Yeah, well, it wasn't if you offended him, it was like if you hit him or attacked him or something. Oh, hey there, skeleton.
Yeah, there's a skeleton with stuff. Okay, well, we got out of that all right. That was fun, actually. I kind of enjoyed that.
After that, you should really remove that ice spike from your ass and save your game.
I guess so, hey? Alright. Well, there's an autosave. Remove projectiles.
To love is to know the true nature of the gods.
Somehow, I think, Molag Bal would disagree.
Oh, look. Shortly after taking Dawnbreaker, you feel the presence of the Daedric Princess once again. As the Dawn of Meridia is given to you, this burning weapon grows in power with its wielder. Basically, this is an immersive weapons thing, too, I think. What it is it's a... see, here's Dawnbreaker.
Yep.
And Dawn of Meridia is basically an improved Dawnbreaker in that Dawn of Meridia apparently becomes more powerful as you do. Right?
Okay.
Like it grows with you.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a nifty, it's still, I think, a sword class weapon. But it's kind of a... right?
I'm here if you need me.
A nifty weird thing.
Oh, a nifty weird thing that appears on my hip, even though I'm supposedly...
Drawing it from your back.
I think I would prefer to leave it on the hip anyway. I suspect that I would probably have to do some considerable amount of fiddling around with the...
shape of that thing?
The positional tables in order to get this thing to even fit properly on the back.
Yep.
But anyway, there it is. So, I think it's a improved version of Dawnbreaker. So I imagine we can probably pitch our tent on this little thing here, right? Because we're not going to, just because we can conjure a bed, I'm not going to abandon. I'm not going to abandon the tent because
you'll kill yourself.
Yeah, we'll burn to death if we try to sleep outside, right? And I emptied out the sack of carrying things here recently, so
now you can put a bunch more shit in there.
I can put a bunch more stuff in there. Yep. I got 5 Welkin stones. Wow. So we'll unload a bunch of stuff here. Looks like I picked up a few useless things too. Okay, well, I'm going to throw Dawnbreaker in there for now, as well as all this other good stuff. So I guess that'll be not too bad for now. And then we'll have a sleep. How are we doing for time here anyway?
We are 5 minutes past an hour and a half.
Okay, well, maybe we should, after we have our sleep and pack up our camp, we should probably...
You gotta remember to do that too, because you've forgotten about it before.
Yeah, we can't just leave the tent behind here. Oh, we get to level up. And I need to figure out what I want to do.
Can you take anything more in archery here yet?
Well, I could take another step in long shot. Or thread the needle. That's a good one. 25% armor penetration if the target's not moving. That opens up ambush predator. Okay. So this one here, if I hit the same target 3 times in a row quickly, I can knock them down. Pinning shot.
Do you have an idea of what you want to do, or is it an archery thing you're going to do, you think?
I don't know. I mean, there are a lot of good archery things. But I was also going to spend some time on one-handed stuff too, right? As well as sneak. It's just so hard to decide.
Well,
I could spend another one at sneak mastery here, by the looks of it.
Oh, there you go.
Make my sneaking a little bit more effective. So my sneaking is now 30% more effective.
Nice.
I guess I need to drink a stale blood potion here.
Starting to run out of those. See, the thing about skeletons is they're not very conducive to feeding yourself.
Yeah, they're not really edible, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll pack up the tent. Pick up our firewood. And I know we started a little bit early. We're 15 minutes before 7 p.m.
I'm sure you won't encounter vampire hunters in this time.
Nah, we never do that. Yeah, see, this is... Oh, but we can find werewolves, though, by the looks of it.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, I think I want to do this. Yeah. Actually, I think I got some silver arrows around here somewhere. Yeah.
You have a fair number of them. Those definitely seem to work quite a bit better.
Yep. Well, because they're silver arrows.
Come on, you monster.
Oh. Okay, that solves that. Problem solved, as someone I know well says.
Problem solved.
So here we are up on the road now that heads toward eventually Volkahar Castle. So I guess maybe we'll call it an episode here and we'll continue our journey next time.
All right.
So until then,
I'm Rec 5
and I am Sandman 99.
Have a good one.